principle number 6. Use the staff to remind you of God's faithfulness. David, thank you. It's a very interesting passage of Scripture, and it's easy to miss this. Verse 40. David took his staff in his hand, and he chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, put them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and with his sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine. Thank you. I think we have this idea of what David's staff would have looked like. I've actually borrowed this from Joy. Thank you very much. It's rough and ready. David was 8th in line. He's not going to have something really special, is he? Any old bit of a tree will do. What's he going to use this for as a shepherd? Well, might need to keep some people in line. Sorry. Which is so tempting there, Scott. You're a sheep. You might need to hook one and say, whoa, 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 not that close to the edge. Back, pop, pop. There you go. Back you go. If you've got 2 sheep and one who's nipping one another, whoa, cut that out. Back in line, fine. Yes? But shepherding is quite boring, really, isn't it? We count sheep when we want to go to sleep. So if you imagine you have to do that all jolly day, it's going to be boring. So what do they use the staff for? Actually, they use it for one very special thing. They carve it. And they start at the bottom. Their first memory. I wonder what your first memory is. Mine's probably my first day at school. I'm not quite sure what I'd carved to remind myself of that. No, we'd move on. No, okay. But they would carve little symbols to remind them of things that had happened to them. And they needed a long one because by the time you got to old age, there'd be quite a lot of stuff on it, really, wouldn't there? If you go through Scripture, it's an interesting little Bible study. Look up the word staff in your concordance and see what happens. Many times, it talks about people leaning on their staff and saying something, or doing something, or remembering something. Because you see, for many of them, it was a mark of the faithfulness of God. It was like their own Ebenezer. Hitherto hath the Lord helped us. And when David had his staff with him, it wasn't a weapon because there was no way that was going to fight the spear of Goliath. But it was a different kind of weapon. It was a weapon to deliberately remind himself of the faithfulness of God. That was the lion. That one was the bear. What am I going to do for Goliath? And with it, David, no longer in the armor of Saul, goes somewhere quiet, to a stream. Always a good idea before battle to find somewhere quiet. And what does the word actually say? Look at it really, really closely. Verse 40. He took his staff in his hand. He chose 5 stones from the stream and put them in his shepherd's bag. What is he saying? He's saying, Lord, you've helped me in the past. I believe you're going to help me right through to the end of my days. help me choose what I need.